Black Friday week, man. We're back. I figured out how to do this today, J-Mac. That's me, look. I did the green screen today. You learn new shit every day, see that?
You're not going to need me anymore.
You didn't even know how to do it. How are you a media guy and you don't know how to do... I don't even know what the app's called, actually.
I have no idea.
How was, so tell me about F1 a little bit.
Sick, bro. It's sick. Yeah, I got to hang out right by the track.
I know you follow it pretty heavy because you love Hamilton, huh?
Yep.
But he didn't win, huh?
He's got a slow car this year.
What'd he finish in the series?
This one, like overall third. But this past race, I think he was sixth.
But it was already decided before this race, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
the season's basically just a wash at this point. I'm just going through the motions.
And will you ever go to another one is the question.
Oh, yeah.
Besides here.
I want to go to Monaco before it's all said and done.
Yeah, dude, that's like bucket list.
Yeah. The racing is okay, but it's on such an iconic track. I just want to go.
So what was the consensus on the Vegas track, honestly?
It was a pleasant surprise. A lot of people didn't think it would be a good race because of the layout, but it had the second most overtakes of all the races this season. And all of the drivers after the race said that like they were happy with the track.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were all pissed about Vegas at first.
They were, and then they got on the track and they were kind of like, oh, we were wrong, like good race. So, and I think next year will go better too because they won't have to do as much construction. So should be pretty good.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff happened this week. I'm just going to throw it out there, guys. So we do have 30% off the JayCutler.com site. So 30% off all accessories, supplements, clothing, everything, right? So we're doing that. Young LA drop is actually tomorrow, but this video won't be out by then. That's 30% off. That's going to be the biggest drop of the year of like over 60 items, I think. What else? JayCutler Shop is going to be 30% off also site-wide. That launches probably by the time this video is out. I think it launches Wednesday. So big week. This is the biggest week usually in people's business scale-ups and, you know, trying to please the customers and, you know, bring in new customers. So want to appreciate everyone for their support over the last years. If you guys are some of the new people on here, thank you for checking out our YouTube video. It's also Thanksgiving week, right? So what are we thankful for? So many things, right? I'm not one of these people that's going to have a huge feast on Thanksgiving, to be honest.
Oh, gonna stay disciplined?
I'm not about being disciplined. I just don't think I'll overeat. I mean, as you know, I still eat 4 to 6 meals a day. So for me, food is like the last thing. If if someone came to Vegas, and I get often asked this, if you could eat dinner with anyone, who would it be? You know, would it be Donald Trump or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jean-Claude Van Damme or Stallone? I mean, all those names I threw out there, I would definitely love to have a dinner with. Bruce Willis, I would have loved to. He was one of my favorite actors also. And they said, where would you like to go? I don't really care. You know, to me, it's like food is food, right? Because I've been so spoiled over the years with having to eat so much food that there's no real particular, because I know I'm not going to really splurge and have like a junk meal. So if like you want to take me out for Italian, I'm not going to go into the heavy, cheeses and sauces and that kind of stuff. So I guess, having steak, I mean, I've had steak my whole life. To me, it's like a filet tastes like a filet. Except if there's butter on it, which most of the restaurants have. So if you guys are ordering steaks at some of these restaurants, they do put butter on there. So be aware of that. But I don't know really what my splurge would be. And for Thanksgiving, I mean, since I'm not going back east, I'm actually staying in Vegas. I'm not going to have a crazy variety. We're probably going to go to a friend's house or something, and then, we'll celebrate in our own way. But remember, it's Thanksgiving, so it's about being thankful for everything, and I guess I'll dedicate this video somewhat to Thanksgiving because it's going to launch, I think, on Thanksgiving Day, right? Is that what we planned on? But today's going to be legs, and I'm going to do this a different style, guys. So I'm going to have my top 6 movements for legs. So 3 hamstrings and 3 quad movements. As you know, we did a video some time ago on the scale down of my routine because I was burnt out. I sat, I think, right in this spot right here and said, I'm burnt out. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to drag down the volume a little bit. So tonight, today, I feel like it's nighttime because it gets dark at 3:15 now. I'm going to focus on my top 6 movements, and I'll explain. So I'm going to say before each exercise, I'm going to say, and number 2, number 3, number 4, okay? And I'm going to show those exercises, probably show a couple different variations, couple different angles. Of course, J-Mac's behind the camera today, so we're going to get to it and show you guys what's up. Another spot, we're at Kilo Club. Just took my pre-workout. I'm amped up, ready to go. And, you know, I look forward to, you know, finishing off the year strong. YouTube's been tremendous. We're reaching almost our 900,000, which, as many of you have been commenting, let's break that million, right? I want that million plaque because that plaque is much bigger than the 100,000 plaque. And, you know, once we get that, we'll have a huge celebration. And, you know, I'm sure I'll do something with all the channels as far as giveaways or deals or whatever else, because, you know, without your support, without your involvement, your comments, your liking, and, you know, sharing these videos, you know, we wouldn't be at this spot. So stay tuned. We're going to get through this leg training and show you guys our top 6 movements. All right, so exercise number 1. Okay, we're going to start with hamstrings, and this is going to be the seated leg curl, okay? This has always been my number 1 exercise. In fact, when I lived in Massachusetts, okay, I lived in Worcester, and I ended up choosing to go to a gym in Framingham, Mass, which is probably 25 minutes away, when I had one like right next door to my house, just to use a seated leg curl, which at the time it was a flex. It was called a ham tractor. Now this is a Life Fitness, and this is always, 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 if you guys ever follow my videos, it's always the first movement I do. Why? It just seems to target my hamstrings. I got a crazy pump after doing this one movement. I'm going to do 3 sets here, okay? Probably do 1 or 2 feel sets, 3 working sets. I'm going to focus on doing 10 or 12 reps. You guys know the drill. And try this. Number 1 exercise, okay, for hamstrings. So starting weight is about 130. This is my first set, so. So whether it's a warm-up or a working set, I always still focus on about the same reps. That high reps shit, it doesn't help anything. It keeps, you know, everyone thinks, oh, you get cut up if you do more high reps. Misconception.
I've been going hard from the night into the daylight, telling them all that yesterday's price is not the same price. Eating up wings for breakfast, I can tell you what it tastes like. Wake up and I see red and I still don't got no brake lights. Yeah, feeling super fly. I look in the mirror, see ambition in my
Exercise number 2, hamstrings. Stiff-legged deadlifts. Now for these, I've been doing stiffs forever. I used to do it with barbell. I never really got into the dumbbells until later in my career. So after I won the Mr. Olympia, I really wanted to target my hamstrings a little different. So I found with dumbbells, I'm much easier to engage this movement. Now I talk stiff-legged deadlifts, which I always picture stiff-legged like you're totally straight. But for me, I have a little bend in the knee, bringing some of the glutes. It works basically overall, the glutes, hamstrings. I mean, obviously the whole backside. I mean, some people use this as a back movement too, like deadlifts, right? So I'm going to pyramid the weight up. I'm going to start with around 65, go to 70, and then 75. Our 3 sets here. Still going to focus on 12 reps. And this is exercise number 2.
Yeah, I've been apprised. There's no need to be surprised. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack.
The hardest part for me to adapt to the low volume is I've never done so much low volume ever in my career. People think you start off, right? You learn. People told me 12 sets, 8 sets, 15 sets. Not many told me 20 sets per body part, right? So for me to do basically 9 sets, working sets, it seems a little low to me, but it is working right now. That's the main thing. So we're gonna head to the last exercise. All right, third and final exercise for hamstrings. This is gonna be lying leg curl. Pretty standard. Usually everyone's first exercise, it is my last. Now, why is it my last, okay? So you see me do the curl to start, okay? Pump up the hamstring. Then I do the stiff leg is to stretch it out. The stretching out is gonna allow more blood flow, right? So pump, it gets filled up, stretch it out. You're gonna allow more volume to be able to push in there by this exercise. So this is gonna be the final 3 working sets here, okay? I'm gonna start with, it's around 110. Might go up to 125 on this. Pretty standard movement. Focus on the same thing, 10 or 12 reps. And by this point, you know, my muscle's already pretty full with blood. And then we'll go roll into some quads. I'll show you the top 3 for quads, but let's finish off strong with this bad boy and do some reps. Nice and controlled. You see it controlled on the negative, really contract that hamstring.
Leaves in the fall, woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's true. Sicker than the average, ain't no challenge that's immune. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter.
All right, I'm gonna take a little intra here. Now this is a little carbs and aminos in here. So as I get midway through, so before I start my quad, so I'm halfway through, I'm gonna sip on this a little bit. All right, everyone's favorite. Exercise number 1. Exercise number 1 for quads. I almost forgot what I was talking about there for a second. Exercise number 1 for quads is going to be leg extensions. Now, why? Why do I do this first? Okay, I'm going to warm up the knees. I'm going to start off maybe 3 warm-up sets with this. Okay, I hate to say warm-up, but feel sets. And then I'll do 3 working sets, pyramiding the weight up. 12 repetitions. I'm always going to do this to pre-exhaust. Now, I talk about pre-exhaustion when I talk about shoulders, chest training, arm training, everything I try to do a pre-exhaust movement. So something a little more isolation, but this is really gonna kind of get the blood going, get the knees warmed up. Not that they're already not warm from doing hamstring first. That's a nice thing. 1 set of this, okay, I'm gonna start with 100. I'm gonna get a pump. Now, that could be because I have great quads, but that's what's nice about, you know, my leg training is always my favorite body part besides back to train, because I feel it the most, right? It was the most genetically gifted body part for me. My first body part, I started just to hit the squat rack, and that was my ultimate movement for building the leg. So number 1 movement, leg extensions on this Life Fitness machine. I'll try to keep my hands off the handle so I can feel the legs work a little bit. I always like doing it like this. Put my hands on my legs so I can feel the quads engaging. You always want to feel the movement.
Go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that, like that. Big stack, big stack in my bag. It's like that, like that.
All right, little tip for you guys. Legs might be one of those body parts that you might want to do a few more repetitions. So I'm not opposed to 15, 20 reps. Blood flow is the most important thing. So sometimes engorging the legs with blood is kind of ideal. So sometimes it takes repetitions, right? A lot of blood flow. Luckily, I don't have to force too much. So 12 has always been the number that I found, as is with everything. But remember, I'm one of these hyper responders that basically, I mean, I think I could do anything for legs and have them grow. So we're on our third set here, okay? Which I'll probably do 5 total sets just to make sure the legs are warm enough, and then we're gonna move over to number 2 for quads. Exercise number 5. Okay, our second one for legs is going to be a leg press, okay? I just went over to use the plate loaded leg press and someone's on it. So we're going to do the alternate leg press here. Now this is a Selectorized one. Many of you guys will probably have this in a gym. Okay, we're really trying to target, you know, that outer head of the quad, okay? So with this, we're going to focus on 3 sets. Same thing, 12 reps. I'm going to pyramid the weight up. Like I said, normally this would be on a regular leg press, but like any gym, sometimes they're taken. So let's see what we got here. It's been a minute since I actually used this one, but I'm gonna get this thing as deep as I can go. Notice my foot placement too, okay? I'm going to go a little lower on the platform so it hits more of the quads. If I wanted to hit more hamstrings, I'd be up a lot higher.
Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure.
This actually feels really good, but
yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Yeah, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that, like that.
all right, notice the pause. I'll engage the quads like that. I'm gonna pop this up in some weight. The main thing I'm focusing on is the pump. Okay, no weight records. I'm really just focused on really how much blood flow. So rest time, 45 to 60 seconds between. Enough to sip the water, change the weight, catch the breath a little bit, and then we roll.
Hey. Never feeling the pressure, please not at all. I walk in when it's crunch time, leaves in the fall. Woman on me, only hit my name on a roll call. It's like there is no ground beneath my feet, I got no flaws. Still humble, but just don't get it confused. You know who I am, there's no need to introduce. I am one of one, they can't stand it, but it's...
This is exercise number 6. This is gonna be the squat. Now this is a Rogers squat. So it works on a pivot. That's what I've been doing lately. I'm gonna start with 2 plates aside. So with this, same thing. I talk about the squat being the best exercise I've ever done. And I'm gonna show you guys a variation today. So, you know, back in the day, in my early eras, we were only doing free weights. So with this, kind of mimics. I'm afraid to put a bar on my back these days, too heavy. I'd only go up to about 185, 225 max on a squat anyway. But this Rogers takes a lot of, obviously a little more core out of it, but this pad, as you can see, really helps the pressure on the shoulders. So I'm gonna see how this feels. I might pyramid the weight up a little bit. Well, we're gonna pop 12 reps. Exercise number 6, the third exercise of quads. And this is going to be our final movement. We're going to do 3 working sets, around 10 to 12 reps, depending, and we're going to finish this off.
Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Baby, I'm a go-getter, go-getter. Yeah, you better go figure, go figure. Try and get a big stack in my bag. Boy, you know I'm getting to it. It's like that. Try and get
feel like it's like super easy now. I'm gonna wrap this thing up a little bit. So leg day in the books. You know, it's kind of funny because most people dread their leg days. I always look forward to mine. I mean, that was like a torture session for me. Little football in the works here. You know, it's kind of nice. They never have the football game on here ever.
Real quick, some that gets in trouble.
Yeah, Chiefs. You're not too happy about the Chiefs scoring that.
No. Eagles fan.
Touchdown, right? Yeah, I normally like to have just a little bit of protein after I train. All in all, this is a good pump. You know why today was actually really good? Because it's a little later today, right? So we're training after about 4 meals. I went to the office early this morning, had early calls, and it's Monday, so it's never a chest day on Monday. No one's going to do legs on Monday, which is the best part. So I pointed out the top 6 movements, okay? So we did 3 hams, 3 quads. Now, some people split up their body parts. Some people do hamstrings on a certain day and they'll do quads separate because they feel like it's too taxing. For me, I like to train particular body parts on one day. So arms are done together, bis and tris. Quads and hams are done together, leg day. Shoulders are done one day, back one day, chest one day. I've had every different routine in the books, okay? I used to do, you know, chest and biceps or chest and triceps or shoulders and vice versa. I split up the hamstring training because hamstrings honestly were a weak body part for me. And that's why I tend to train them prior. I try to give them priority, okay? Just like I do on calf training on my chest day, right? I always do calves before chest because I want to prioritize my weaker body parts. So I was focused on today doing the hamstrings, which I do all the time anyway, as the first priority. So, and for me, I always get a crazy pump in my quads after doing hamstrings. So if you guys want to try something different and you don't train your hamstrings before quads, please try it and tell me what you guys think. I mean, comment below. Maybe you guys have tried this. Maybe you guys don't prefer to do it. Give me a reason why. I mean, the engagement is great because I like to see, because I'm always constantly putting out content, writing routines, and I love to follow along and see what my peers or people, even doesn't matter if you're a world title holder or whatnot, you know, you could just be an avid lifter in the gym. I am going to read all those comments and I'm going to go through and I'll comment on some and I'll like and I'll thumbs up some. I don't usually dislike a lot of the comments, even the bad ones, but I appreciate any engagement I can get, guys. And kind of tell me about your routines, why you guys do it, okay? Like I said, this is filmed for Thanksgiving week. You know, like I said, I'm thankful for a lot of things. Another successful year. I mean, we went through crazy times the last couple of years. This is kind of like the first year we've had of normalcy without any kind of chaos in a sense here in the United States. And that's, you know, I take that as a good fortune. And, you know, training has been consistent. You know, I reached a huge plateau this year by turning 50. And like I said, I got to make some changes in my life so I don't face burnout. I start to enjoy things a little more. I want to still, you know, be comfortable in the gym training with zero pain. And, you know, I brag about how healthy I am, but everyone keeps telling me, it's kind of funny, at 40, they told me, 45, 50, that I would feel much different of like, oh, you're going to feel the pains or the aches. And, you know, knock on wood, I'm still not feeling that. So, you know, I am working on keeping my body in check, still doing my massages. I went to Chiro last week, but I did 2 massage sessions last week, which really helped, you know, keep the muscles pliable, blood flow, everything. So if you guys aren't doing massage therapy, I suggest you do that. I had a slight tweak in my quad 2 weeks ago, 2 workouts ago. So I'm not going crazy heavy yet. I did get some deep tissue in there last week to really loosen that up. And I'm being very careful. You have to take your ego out at the door and focus. So you guys are training with training partners, you're trying to keep up or push the other training partners, leave the ego at the door. I mean, that was one thing I learned in the very beginning, is not to ego lift, because that is going to give you more injuries and time away from the gym. Listen, constant progression is the key. We want to constantly improve, constantly feel like we're making progress, okay? And listen, like, not every day is going to be a rock star workout. Did I really want to come to the gym today and film this segment? I'll be honest, not really. I mean, I had a busy day. Mondays are crazy for me, but you know what? I'm getting it done, and I'm here, and I felt good. I got it all finished now, and you know, on to the next now. So appreciate you guys following along. If you guys like the video, make sure you guys like, please comment, please share the video. But listen, appreciate you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving. I hope you didn't overeat. It's protein shakes and pre-workout for me. So till next time, guys, JTV for J-Mac and myself, we are out.
No mercy for you, no worries for you. That Game of Thrones, go Cersei on you. I flip the script, I roll the dice. Don't fall asleep, cause I'm working nights. Hey, you trying to shut